Yo YouTube, welcome back to another video, and as you can see by the team, we've got Griffith with Monarch and then the full Rumbling team. Ideally I didn't want to use Rumbling, but you know, shields right now, as you can see the modifiers are shields, immunity and fast, and there's also Challenger and Resilient. And right now the shield modifier is bugged, so it means that no enemies have shields at all, so pretty much Rumbling has free reign with it. Beforehand, the Rumbling was pretty much like kinda nerfed because the hobgoblins would break down into normal goblins. They would have shields, so meaning they wouldn't completely get wiped out, but now they do, so it's pretty much just so free with this. And you do need Monarch Griffith for this. You can try without, but it will of course be like a lower score, because dealing with the early waves without Monarch Griffith is a bit harder because it's not as brain dead. You can just deal with it with the actual units. But as for the familiars wise, we've got a Burb on Griffith, as you can see. Burb on Griffith here. We also got a bird on Zeke, as you can see. And then the last two, we have a gun on Eren for his overall damage. He's going to be above like the resilience threshold because of Griffith's passive. That's why I only gave 65%. And he also has like cosmic damage. That's why I gave it to him, just for high cosmic damage. Then for Yime, when you give the Silly Fairy, as you can see, makes her cost a lot less. Of course, when all placements are placed down. So that's very good as well. And that's pretty much it. And then the last two units have the Padori Familiar. And that's pretty much it. So I hope this strat helps you, and I'll work towards traitless soon, maybe tonight or early morning tomorrow. But good luck with your runs, and I hope you enjoy it. And let me know what you think about the new element system. It's banning elements, no elemental buffs, you know, whatever. Blah blah blah. Enjoy your runs and have fun. Yeah, peace. Alright, so you place your speed wagon over here, and you place Griffith slight to the right of him. You'll see. As soon as you get enough yen, you just place Griffith. Yeah, questions, you know. What do you guys think about this update? Oh yeah, oh Loki, I need to pull up one of my videos because there's a lot of controversial opinions, you know. It's actually quite interesting, you know. It's like the most controversy I had on a video. Let me find it. But you place Griffith, place your other farms and just start your eclipse. Let me find the thing I'm talking about. Your videos. I think it was, yeah, it was the Stark one that had a lot of controversy. Let me see. So here you just upgrading farms, of course. It's the first comment from It's Uzi here. This update really shows how smart people are on anime Vanguards. Pretty much, yeah. A lot of you guys are hating on the units, and they're not as bad as you guys think they are. And overall, this update isn't as bad as you guys think they are. You guys are just hating. Then there's then someone said, "How's Frieza genuinely the best unit in this update?" He really isn't. He's a good unit, don't get me wrong, but he's not the best. I'm sure Gogeta and Broly is a lot better. You know, wait until like Salvation or someone breaks him down a bit better, because a lot of you guys are just missing the key points on those units. Every single unit is ass except the single damn mythic. How did they fumble the hype? See a lot of these comments, man. Let's see. Some AV players says this update sucks. This statement alone shows how they aren't beating the allegations. Pretty much, man. Pretty much. But yeah, I'm not saying much for the strat because it's just pretty much upgrade Griffith and just Eclipse and just upgrade the farms. But when I get to the neat part, I need to focus. I'll let you know. Let's see next part. Let's see. Stark is so buns. I was so hyped now. I was so hyped. Now I just don't want to go for Stark. Plus we didn't even vote for a different Warland unit. Why is it Stark? I mean, I don't think we even had a vote for the Warland unit. I don't even know what you're about. Then someone said not having Cero machine gun as an active skill is a crime. Crazy. It is what it is, I guess, man. But here, you should at wave 9 issue, you should have, or wave 8 issue, you should have all farms maxed out. And your Griffith should be at like 50k DPS. You know, it's still crazy. Griffith just for 1k yen can give up to like 50k DPS. And here you just place your units, your rumbling units up front. Going for this spend because you want them to be inside Griffith's range, because Griffith makes any enemies within his range take 20%. It just removes, it gives them like, it removes 20% damage reduction from them, you know? Meaning that instead of 75% resilience, it should be about 55%. Unless they change resilience, it should still be 75%. And you just place your other units, you know, your Zeke, your 3 Ymirs, and your 1 Eren, singular Eren, because once we get the Eren max, we place the other Erens. If you guys do know how it works, that's how it goes. Let's see. Someone said they made the literal strongest Saiyan weaker than the mythic banner one, Vegito. I don't know what you're on about. And someone said this is an example on how to make a bad update. Update 8.0 and 7.5 are 100 times better compared to this crap. And in response to him, someone said, "You're so dumb. You can't read the passive. Just sleep, bro. If you read Broly's passive, you understand how OP he is. Yeah, he is pretty OP." And then, you know, you got people saying we're not being the allegations, bro. AV players can't read, pretty much, man. Just how it is. Once you have this Eren maxed, you place your other Erens. You know, that's how it goes. Because the other Eren placements that you place after him take the placement of the max Eren that's already placed. You see, this last comment said, all they needed to do was just power scale like they have been doing. Did they not learn from the AOT update? Nobody wants stupid gimmick support units that don't benefit from Monarch. Ah, bruh. Don't know, man. A lot of guys are complaining. Okay, let's see the... Which other video was it? The Broly video, you know? Both of these videos had controversial opinions in the comments. So let's start off. So the first person said, Broly is a broken partner for Aizen since Aizen is unbound, and with that ability he can guarantees crit on the Aizen aura passive, you know? Make him kind of broken. And then someone said they probably made him a mid unit so that they can make Dio ever heaven broken as hell. For new players, Broly might be the new Vanguard unit instead of Sanjibu 40 hours quest, even though I recommend it. I mean, Broly's still a good unit, you know, a lot of people just hating on him. This is actually funny. And you have people in response to him. Let's see what else there was. Let's see. Why is his damage that low? Is it capped? It was mainly because of the energy drain. You couldn't really see his max damage, and during the trial, with the energy drain, his cleanse was not working, so his damage was actually weaker than it actually was during the trial, in the trials. Why did they not? Why did they not revamp the old Vanguard Gogeta? Don't think they would do it anytime soon. Let's see. Oh, I'm trying to find the comment. There was a comment where someone got like ratio like crazy. Man, I can't find it. Don't know which video it was on. It might have been a stock video. I'm trying to find it. There was a crazy ratio. Oh yeah, it was the one where they said they fumbled the hype with the mythics, with the units. This person got ratioed by like a whole like 50% increase on the likes. Oh yeah, here I'm saying all units to blast because blast, I mean bosses, because when I use Zeke's ability, I want him to be hitting the boss to take wear away at its HP. So just make sure you do that. Set all your units to blast. Blast, I keep saying blast, I meant bosses. That's pretty much it for like the comments, you know. There's a lot of like controversial opinions, so you know, find it funny. And you know, it's been a while since the AV community's been like this, where they've been arguing with each other, just saying units are mid and stuff like that. It just happens here and there, but overall, it's just funny to watch from the side. But basically, from this point onwards, it's pretty much just rumbling, rumbling, rumbling. So waiting for the boss to get a bit closer. And ideally set your Griffith to bosses as well. Right now he's on strongest, but set him to bosses as well. Make sure every unit is on bosses. Of course, except for the full AV units. Then use your ability. That Zeke ability should take a lot of HP off him. And yes, it does nerf Griffith for a brief moment, but after the thing is gone, Griffith will be back at his crazy DPS. See. And look at Griffith's DPS. 121k DPS. Crazy. Just upgrade your other Ymirs that set to bosses, let them do their work. And this boss should be killed. If you can't kill this boss, you might be a little cooked, you know? You might be a little cooked. Because if you can kill this boss, it makes you delay your rumbling like a lot. But if you can't kill him, you use a rumbling a bit early, you know? And it just cooks you over. And yeah, you can see he just ends up dying. And he is dead. Perfect. And now you set this Griffith. Normally you set him back to strongest, but you want to keep him on first just so you can deal with these leaks. Because the leaks are getting quite... like, they're just creeping up. And keep this guy the closest. This is Zeke over here. He should hit that bend perfectly. That little corner. You see, I'm going to set this one to closest. Don't set him to closest. Leave him on first. You see, I messed up. Just leave them first. But this is the main issue with leaving them on first, you know? Those demons, they're so annoying. The Eclipse demons. But you see, Griffith 124k DPS, you know? It's so stupid, man. Such a crazy unit. And here you just pray they get deleted, those enemies, and they did. So the next batch is where you use a rumbling, you know, for the next batch. Pretty much the strat just relies on how late you can do your thing. How late you can do your thing. And yeah, pretty much you can't do it anymore, and now you use a rumbling. And you can see, use a rumbling. See, the lichen spot is there. I marked it over with my cursor. As soon as the lichens hit that spot, that's when you use your rumbling. See? And you'll see he'll get hit right before he hits base. And pretty much what you want to do is you want to keep up your stocks. For the first two rumblings, you want to make sure you don't use any stocks. The last one, if there are lichens, like 3 lichens in a bunch, you can pretty much risk it and just lose 2 stocks with the letting 2 lichens hit base, but pretty much you don't want to let anyone hit base. But you see, he got hit right before he hit base, and that's the perfect timing where I marked it over my cursor before. Make sure you keep a visual note of it. And you can see all these mobs just getting cleared. And that's the benefit of the shield modifier being broken. If it was fixed, then you would not be able to do this. Yeah, look at his HP. He just gets cut down a lot. And then you just let your units deal with this boss. Should do a good fine job enemy. And because there are no lichens, what you should do is set your units to weakest, because the lichens that you're seeing right now, they're gonna end up getting close to your boss and overtaking him. I did it a bit too late, but you wanna make sure you set your units to weakest. Your Zeeks, mainly your Zeeks, to be honest, they're the only ones who are gonna be targeting anyone else. So I was thinking, what do I do? I sent to me. I was low-key just tripping, but I should have set them to weakest earlier. So set to weakest. So set to weakest, and you can deal with it. And yeah, you can deal with these mobs. Set them to first after. Set these guys to first after. Yeah, I could not show you. I lost focus for a sec. Something happened to my Discord. But yeah, you saw where I used my rumbling. Yeah, but legit before. And yeah, look, hit the base. And now rumbling should deal with them and even kill this boss and hit the next boss. And you can see that boss is killed off. And now you can deal with the units, the enemies, man. And now you just wait until you just use the next rumbling. And this is what's good about it because there's a big range between our Lycans and the boss, meaning the boss is the one who hits our base. The Lycans do get quite close. You could probably turn auto off at wave 39 for 5 to 10 seconds if you really want to. Because you can see there's a bit of time before the Lycans reach the boss, and it's a big enough gap to the point where the boss is the one we're using the rumbling on, the final rumbling. So you can delay your rumbling for 5 to 10 seconds by turning auto skip off at wave 39. For the people who are listening to this, I hope it does help you. It will give you that little gap ahead of the people above you. So yeah, for the people who are listening and of course watching, that's the little thing that you guys can do to improve your score. Because you can see the Lycans and the boss is a big gap, so you can legit just stall off by 10 seconds. So turn auto off at wave 39 for 10 seconds and that should be it. And the reason I didn't do it and go do another run for it, because I'm kind of busy and yep. I'm kind of busy and I need to work on other things as well. And I need to go off after that post this video. You see the gap between the boss and the thing, Lycans. But if you do the 5 to 10 second thing, make sure you be wary of the Lycans where they are. But that is the final rumbling at that time and where the boss is. And that should be pretty much it, And you just let the final rumbling do its job. And set Griffith to strongest. Griffith to strongest, and that's pretty much it. You will see. Let this boss just die. You can probably delay it a bit more. I think I delayed it. I didn't delay it as much as I could have. Let's see. When did he die? Oh yeah, you can definitely delay it by 4 more seconds or 5 more seconds. And yeah, look, all these guys just end up dying, We all love rumbling. Don't we all love rumbling? Rumbling is the strat. We all love it. It's a good thing that the enemies stayed as hobgoblins, meaning they were a bit slower than usual. Pretty sure hobgoblins are slower than actual proper mobs, the normal goblins, so it's not too bad. And you can see we're letting rumbling do its job. It's just demolishing all these units. I mean enemies, to be honest. And we pretty much end up like 45 million, 45 billion, or 44.3, and then the rest we get from Griffith's damage, his own damage. Set him to strongest because when the demons do get close to him, he's gonna trigger that as the last enemy and target them. Add auto off. You can probably go one more. Can you go one more wave? No, you can't. Turn auto. Keep auto off. Yeah. And could you have? You might have been able to skip one wave. I don't know, but don't take the risk and do it at 53. Auto skip off, and then as soon as they're about to hit the base, the third hobgoblin. That's when you click yes. Yeah, no, hobgoblins are slower than wolfmen or the other ones. Well, that's it for the video. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, and yes, I'll see you in the next one. I'll work towards trailers soon, and yeah, wrap it up. Peace.